Final match, Rick Lawrence, non-winner, won a couple of matches, and now will take on Walter Ray Williams, Jr., who only has 30 PBA titles. First shot of the semifinal match. Sets it in there, so a beautiful shot.
Well, right where he left off for the last match, going high flush strikes.
Now he's going to take on the #1 player on the tour.
And an aggressive strike from Walter Ray Williams, Jr.
I just want to say about Walter's game, he can play so many different areas of the lane.
Well, he does. You know, originally he was more of a outside player, but he's honed his skills, and there's not one spot on the lane that he can't dominate from. And I think that first shot with that emotion he showed was really pointed towards Rick Lawrence to try and let him know Walter's in town. Tickler 7-pin, didn't quite get enough of the head pin to mix the pins around, and it'll be no better than a spare. The trajectory of Walter Ray Williams out on the 1 board. There's the head pin going to the sideboard over the top of the 7, and the reaction from Walter Ray, he knows it wasn't his best shot.
Picks up the 7-pin spare. Walter Ray strikes spare. Lawrence with a strike to start the match.
And Phil, if they were bowling a 10-game match, you'd give it to Walter Ray 99% of the time. But Rick Lawrence has bowled 2 games on this pair. He's lined in, so it's a pretty even match right now.
Minuscule amount in earnings. He's going to surpass that today. That's a double. Boy, the crowd getting behind him.
Well, he sticks around long enough, the people are going to love him. You know, he's really got the line. He's comfortable on the television pair. And boy, anytime you can put a bowling ball in that spot on a lane in those pins, you're going to be striking a lot. Doesn't throw a very powerful shot. He relies on accuracy, and he also relies on getting his equipment set up the proper way to take advantage of the dynamic equipment that's being made today.
Well, I wouldn't say Earl Anthony threw a dynamic shot, although he was so accurate. Don Carter and some of the other greats.
Well, 1, 2, 3 strikes in a row from Rick Lawrence. Take a look at Rick Lawrence's form. Very compact game, hardly any backswing. Very solid at the line. Now Walter struck both times on lane 32. Ball a little bit left from the last shot on that lane. Ball high flush in the pocket. 10-pin falls.
He's at the foul line a little bit different.
Well, Walter does turn at the foul line. He's not perpendicular to the line as Rick Lawrence is, but seems to work pretty well for this guy. For a double.
Sets in there, just leaves the 9-pin. What a phenomenal fall tour he had last year. 5 first-place finishes. It was the Walter Ray Williams Jr. Tour.
Well, he took what was a close race for Player of the Year last year and just ran away with it. That shot for Walter Ray. High flush in the pocket. Ball went past the 9-pin as no problem picking up the spare.
No problem with the spare. 60 through 3, spare in the 4th, and Lawrence leads by 20 after he has started off with a 3-bagger.
Doesn't he know who he's bowling against? confident player.
Yep. Not the 6-pin.
Leaves the 6-pin. Another overhead look at Rick Lawrence. Let's see if his slide is still nice and straight at the foul line. Still looks really good. Still about 6 inches short of going over the line. I saw him miss a 6-pin earlier today, but that's not going to happen right now.
No problem. The diminutive Lawrence with a spare in the 4th, and he leads by 19. And
Gale's having a great time.
Gale doesn't feel the pressure. Rick doesn't feel the pressure. When you bowled, when you first started out in your career, were you in awe of some of the great players that you competed against?
I think I was too young and too dumb to even realize what I was doing.
And now you've matured.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. There goes that "oh baby" again, and it is just perfection. Pressure on this man, Walter Ray Williams, Jr.
So Walter with 30 titles, 31 second place finishes. Can't do it any better than that. Now let's take a look at the Dexter footwork of the pros.
Well, we'll get that a little bit later, Phil.
So Walter Ray now strikes, spare, strikes, spare, strikes. So this has been kind of a problem lane for him.
Well, he came in light the first time, just a little bit high the second time. Maybe more speed, Walter.
That's what you said.
Looks as if he did throw the ball a little harder. He takes that deficit and turns it into just 9 pins. So Walter Ray Williams, Jr. is certainly in the game. Walter Ray Williams, Jr. just threw 2 strikes in a row to take that lead down to 9 pins. If Rick Lawrence gets answers on this shot, then you gotta like his chances to win this match. This is also the lane he just left the 6-pin on in the 4th frame.
Beautiful shot, so a double. Wow. Rick Lawrence coming back. Show your PBA loyalty by becoming a member of the PBA Fan Club. We got a lot in attendance today. Fan Club members receive quarterly newsletters, which include the latest inside information on the PBA tours, tips and interviews with the pros, discounts on PBA merchandise, contests, and much more. Membership $14.95 plus $3 shipping and handling. Includes a PBA decal. For more information, 1-888-440-1340. Lawrence with a double in the 7th.
Solid 7-pin for Lawrence, trying to take a 29-pin lead. It's down to 18, and Walter Ray Williams, Jr. certainly has the opportunity that he wants right now. And Lawrence making great shots. I'm very impressed. I've known Rick for many years. Never seen him make it to the televised finals, and here he is doing a great job.
Pros don't miss a lot of spares, and he's able to pick that one up. You don't get here to the championship round by missing spares, and Lawrence comes through. But again, that Aaron